Good morning, 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, February 10th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we're going to focus here on XRP. We're going to have a very interesting weekend here. It's a thinly traded weekend until tomorrow night at about 6 p.m. when the futures market comes back online. And then Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. we get back in the stock market. But for cryptocurrency right now, Bitcoin is up 199 points, or 0.42%. Is Bitcoin going to retest a little bit of the upper resistance, or is it going to get rejected? This is a very key metric to look at this morning. If Bitcoin gets rejected at this 47,250 level, that could be a little bit of a problem. Could we be doing a small reversal here this morning, or maybe more? We don't know. Looks like a little bit of a W could have formed. If Bitcoin pushes up, it's got room in the smaller RSI ranges. 3 hourly still severely overextended. It's come back down to an area where maybe it pushes back up, sees if it's going to get a rejection. But it had a nice little dump down overnight. It came down to 36,000 or 46,886. Still hasn't retested this 46,355. But we're starting to react now to see how this broadening wedge resistance acts. And then if that holds, possibly you could push up to, if you did the more expanded version of this wedge, the broadening wedge, it could get you closer to 50,000. Are we able to do that right now? Are we going to correct a little bit more this weekend? That is what we're going to wait to see. But that's all I really wanted to look at Bitcoin so that you could see what it was looking like this morning. Just pay attention to that 47,250 area. If it breaks back below 47,250, we could see a dive this morning, or this, at least on this Saturday with crypto. If Bitcoin decides to move up, it's going to leave a little bit of opportunity for the rest of cryptocurrency. XRP has this bullish cross as the 20 crossed the 50 and now the 100 and the 3 hourly. We're trying to hold the 20-day support to confirm the movement of this formation. We are a little bit up there in the RSI, but it dropped down with this correction in the last 6 hours. If we look at XRP from a standpoint of the 2-hour time frame, we have a golden cross. Now, are we going to hold this? Are we going to reverse back up? It's possible right now. This is a reversal candle in the 2 hourly. Unless this is a fake out, we could start to move an upward trajectory. Now, I know it's a thinly traded weekend, but if we do move up this next layer, you would anticipate a move by XRP up to about that 534 level. So it's nothing major on this first move, but 534 would be what's in play on this next move, as we are still very much within this descending triangle. We're on that tier 1 level. We fell back within the tier 1, and that channel that I showed everybody yesterday as it evolved from this bull flag when it tried to break out, you can see how it rolled that bottom support. And now it's pretty important though that we would break up above or break below this little channel that is seemingly formed here. So that's our range right now. We have a resistance right above us. Are we going to push back out and have a little bit of a push here this weekend? Or is this a fake out this morning, and is XRP and crypto going to start moving down? All eyes should be on Bitcoin to get that answer. We've had a nice surge with volume with XRP. The ledger had good news. We've had Ripple Labs came out with their Q4 reports, which I'll talk about in a later update. So there's a lot of stuff working in favor of XRP Ripple. It's just the overall market. Is the market ready to continue moving up, or is it still feeling the effects of being slightly overextended from a big move up by Bitcoin? The total crypto market cap can yield us a little bit of answers here. It's at 1.733 trillion. If we look at the market cap, if it were to continue moving up, there is that range up there at about 1.795 trillion that it could target next. The 20 days been held in the 2 hourly. I know that we could use a much bigger dump off here. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to move up. I'm just saying watch these reversal candles, and if it does decide to push up, see how much pressure has coming in. It is signifying that we are having a small reversal here, and we're going to see if this plays true. It's been, when we go through some of these candles, we've not had extreme pressure to the top side. We have not had that big break. And this could still be a topping reversal. I always get a little nervous when you get this wick pulled down, because then it kind of acts like a bull or a bear flag. And then like we do with the bull flags when we try to find like a technical range, we look at this right here. And then it's like, if you did have a breakdown from the 20-day, then you could start talking about with the total crypto market cap around 1.706 if it breaks down. And if it breaks up, you're talking close to a double top up here, right around 175, a little bit higher. So we know the top target. Just in case it gets rejected here, we'll put that there too, just in case we come back and we want to look at this as a point of reference. So that's what we're looking at for the total crypto market cap. With XRP, if we judge it basically with the same parameters, we do have what one could argue is the start of what looks like a little bit of a bear flag here. If you take it out into a longer time frame, it would be more straight up and down, but I'm doing it in the 1 hourly. So a rejection here, if we got rejected, would pull XRP for from this 52.3 area in the 1 hourly. If you wanted to say it was going to happen in the 2 hourly, I would argue, just because we've had the golden cross, I would just say, hey, it looks like it's going to try to hit that 1 hourly. But if we did correct back down, that's how you'd be looking. Where does that line us up with the 4 hourly? It's interesting because we still have room over the top, assuming that Bitcoin doesn't correct here first. But we do have room to have a nice little drop down here as well. That's where we're getting these confliction, or at least I'm getting a confliction in the technical analysis. Yes, it can come up very easily. We have little reversal candles here. We are also at a major resistance point where it would not hurt in the smaller time frames. Like if you look at the 4 hourly, it would not hurt to fail here, come back down and reestablish ourselves down here. I don't think it may not do that over this weekend, but it certainly would not hurt. As we know, in the 4 hourly, there was a reversal candle, and now we've had downward pressure. Yes, the 1 hourly is showing it trying to reverse back up, but you're just trying to break off or actually hit a resistance here now that you came down from. So now if we hit a resistance up here, that would be a little devastating for XRP because we're running out of steam here. So it's all going to be, there's going to be all eyes on Bitcoin today. There really is. Everybody's going to be watching Bitcoin, especially right now in the morning, to see if this actually breaks up, because we had an hourly pull to the top side. I know some were probably expecting more of a tug after this reversal candle, but we're still trying to play off of this resistance. And right now, you could very well have a W in here. This W formation, you had the pull down. Unless it decides to do something like this and drop an M, which is something you always have to be conscious of when you have that hanging. See, it's just hanging here. So if it does do something like that, then it's going to start showing a topping reversal. So we've got to be very careful in this motion or this movement this morning. Be open and honest with yourself about what it looks like. And don't be predetermined to a targeted move. Watch this. And yes, at the onset right now, we're saying, hey, it should come up. It could come up. But is this going to end up being a fake out? Is this to be turned into an M? Or is this to start coming back up? I just don't like the fact that it looks like it's set up in a bear flag. And what I mean by that is when it drops down like that, it's disguising itself. And these are dangerous. It's like, how do you approach these now? So you come up. Like, it doesn't seem like this could be an interesting one. I mean, you came through. You've got this little bit of a structure that's starting. It's going to be interesting. I mean, personally, Bitcoin could use another correction if we want to have that huge continuation. This is a good start, but we need a little bit more. I would have loved to see if it come down to 46,335 and prove that we were still strong at that pivot point. The fact we're holding on right now to this broadening wedge resistance and trying to push through it, but we're having a little bit of trouble here right now. We got to read into these things and see if this is palpable for a continuation, or if this is a little bit of pressure being relieved. But you'd like to see a little strength here. 47,413 was where you would have wanted to see it start to try to show some strength here. So just watch this 47,415 area. See if in the 2 hourly we can start pushing up, or if this just ends up being a slow crawl just to help get a little bit of liquidity for a further move down. That's all we're looking for this afternoon, or this morning, and this thinly traded Saturday. If you are interested in XRP, don't let these volatile moments sway your decisions. XRP is at a momentary spot in history where you could severely take advantage, or you could take advantage of this moment, as XRP is in a over 5 year Let me get a different XRP chart out just so that it's easier so I can show everybody. So that I don't have to show you on the one that I already have. So XRP, and it's very clear, we're in a very long formation. Ever since that run up in the 2017, the start of that bull run, we have a very, very, very long formation. So like when you come back here to 22 or 21 or even 20, this is where I choose, personally, when I'm looking at it from this perspective, I choose to start that uptrend right there. And the reason why is it matches it perfectly. You can go all the way back to 2020, and it rides the perfect uptrend here. Just make sure I've got that correct. And then, so now you've got your uptrending support. Now you've got your downtrending resistance. If you look at it from April of 21, that's great. But I have higher ambitions here. We're going all the way back to, you guessed it, all-time highs. And when you break it into this whoops, not the monthly. When you break it into this perspective, and now you've got that uptrending support that comes from 2020. Just bringing this from back here and connecting the resistance to the resistance, you can see a formation that has formed this triangle since 2017, the downtrending resistance, and the uptrend was confirmed in 2020. So when you're actually looking at this, this is converging. This pattern is almost complete. It started in 2017. We're in January of 2018. We're in 2024 now. It's been 6 years since this pattern started. 6. So now we're a breakout from this level. You've got over $2 if you were to break out of this very converged pattern. And yes, you'd still have to bounce around. And here you have the uptrending support right now from our all-time pattern. It's right around 44-cent area, 45 cents. And that's coming through it like this, from this perspective. Now, if you have to break down lower, we already know the lower targets. We have it on our other chart, the 2022 uptrend, the 2020 and 2017, followed by the 2013 if it had to come there, which I don't think it will. I think it'll stick to this trend line for now. But that's why you're looking at this right now with this convergence. If this converges and doesn't break down and decides to break out, this has been a long building formation, and the gains are pretty spectacular through here. It's been a long, drawn-out road, ladies and gentlemen, and it's converging. This triangle is now converging, and we're getting very, very close to when it's going to have to make a very informed decision here as XRP. So I'm going to keep that on the bottom chart. So that's what we're looking at when we say we're in a all-time formation setup. And we'll see how this exactly plays out. One more thing I want to discuss before I let everybody go is this. And please make sure to hit that like button if you're watching this morning. It greatly does help the cause. Make sure you share this on social media so we can help YouTube recommend this channel and allow us to grow our audience. If you are watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button. A lot of people are watching. Not as many are hitting the subscribe button, but they continue to come back to watch. So that means I'm close to getting you to hit that subscribe button. So I greatly appreciate your continued dedication this morning. If you are looking to support me, you can always send a YouTube Super Chat or join Tom's Army to help fund this beautiful community. I really enjoy what I do, and I enjoy each and every one of you. So if you do appreciate my time, think about paying it forward and joining Tom's Army so we can see more emoji badges. It is what allows me to do this beautiful work, and it allows me to stay here each and every day as you, members of Tom's Army and the ones who pay it forward, are putting in that extra effort, and it means the world to me. Ripple News XRP volume surges 100% amid legal wins and global compliance milestones. Ripple's latest markets report for Q4 2023 reveals significant growth in XRP volume, outpacing other major altcoins like Solana, Cardano, BNB, and Shiba. This surge comes amidst notable legal victories and strides in global compliance efforts. Let's delve into the details. XRP volume soars amid legal wins. The Ripple Q4 2023 report highlights a remarkable surge in XRP's trade volume during the fourth quarter of 2023. According to the report, XRP witnessed an impressive 75 to 100% rise in trade volume, surpassing assets like Cardano, BNB, and Solana. Ripple spokesperson, through the report, emphasized the significance of this surge, stating the substantial increase in XRP trading volume reflects the growing momentum and investor confidence in the XRP ecosystem It signifies a positive trajectory for XRP amid evolving market conditions. One of the significant factors contributing to XRP's remarkable surge in Ripple's legal victories against XRP. A legal expert weighed in on the implications of Ripple's legal win, stating Ripple's victories against the SEC have provided much needed clarity and confidence to the crypto industry. The recognition of XRP as not being a security under federal law marks a significant milestone, improves or paves the way for further adoption and innovation. Ripple's wins in 2023 confirm XRP's classification as a non-security under federal law, marking a historic moment for the crypto industry. Additionally, Ripple's focus on global compliance is evident through major licensing achievements, including a major payments institution license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. A regulatory compliance officer at Ripple commented, "Our licensing achievement underscore Ripple's commitment to regulatory compliance and responsible business practices. We believe that adhering to regulatory requirements is essential for building trust and fostering long-term sustainability in the crypto industry." So the report also sheds the XRP's increased volatility, surged at the start of Q4 23 before stabilizing in 60 to 70% range later. Participants preferred trading XRP with stablecoins over fiat currency, with USDT dominating the volume. Moreover, despite legal uncertainty surrounding Binance, XRP trading volume surged on other exchanges like Coinbase, Bybit, OKX, and Upbit. Binance, once a dominant player in XRP trading, witnessed a decline in market share, while other platforms like Coinbase, Bybit, OKX, and Upbit experienced increased activity. Looking ahead, Ripple's legal victories and compliance milestones set a positive tone for the future of XRP. However, regulatory concerns remain a key challenge. Despite this, the surge in XRP's trading volume underscores its growing popularity and resilience in the market. Ripple's Q4 2023 report shows the growth and resilience of XRP amidst legal victories and regulatory compliance measures as the crypto market evolves, especially with the ongoing SEC's motion to compel Ripple to disclose financial statements been given the court's approval. XRP's performance in the market is worth looking out for. And I'll be releasing the Ripple Q4 market reports in segments today, in small videos. I'll have probably a 5-minute update, just a news story I'm going to be doing throughout the day news. So just consider that while you're watching the updates. Not all of them will be over 20 minutes, but the ones with the charts will be over 20 minutes. So as we wind down on this, pay attention to what we talked about this morning. It's all eyes on Bitcoin. Is this a reversal with Bitcoin? Or is this another fake out here with Bitcoin, as we have a daily time frame candle where we did not engulf? We've had over 14 hours now. There's been no engulfing of the candle right now. That's a pretty strong wick pullback. And if we are looking to set up a resistance at 47,210, we did need to come back here. The volume right now in the daily is something to be said. It's pathetic, to put it the least. On the push-up, you had to signify the continuation of the rally. 12.4K Bitcoin in the daily, 19,000, 21,000. I hate to break it to everybody, but there is only, 10 hours left, 9.5 hours left in this candle. We've had 3,000. This volume would be about 30% of the volume of the recent candle, and this could be the significance of a reversal here. At least the start of a retest. It needs to push back down here a little bit. We'll have a squeeze candle down to 46,500, maybe 46,300 actually, range. And then we could see how bullish we are. That would make the most sense in this scenario. We are rather overextended here when it comes to the 3-hourly still, 4-hourly. It could definitely do for a reversal here to the downside. And this could be just putting in the topping reversal, and it's just getting the rejection where we're at around 83.2 in the RSI and the 4-hourly. So it's very, very, very interesting because, yes, it looks like a reversal candle, but there's downward pressure. That almost looks like a gravestone doji. And gravestone dojis are, in my opinion, are put there to disrupt you so that you will think a long leg doji is, in fact, a gravestone, but the gravestone's telling you there's still unique pressure to the bottom side of the candle, as to where a long leg doji coming off of a more bearish candle and a downward tug could tell you that there's less opportunity to the downside, and maybe we need to rethink things. But with these, what I like to call gravestone dojis, these signify a fact that there's still a little bit of bearishness. Even in the push up here, there's still some bears in this 4-hour candle. 2-hourly, this is a big moment here for the 2-hourly. You're trying to get over, as we stated at the beginning, 47,420. If it reverses back down below 47,250, then you have the opportunity to bust this wide open to the downside. You do have that big wick to the top signaling what should be a possible bear flag here. So just pay attention to that with Bitcoin. I think this has been a very in-depth, very, very indulging like update. I think it's exactly what everybody needed this morning. But I'm just telling everybody, pay attention to this setup. Something doesn't feel right here. This almost looks like a bear flag is trying to play out. So before we're comfortable in saying a weekend breakout, let's just make sure it gets up here first. Make sure if you're watching this and you're trying to be sneaky, that if it does dump down, you're well aware that this dump down, if this is a bear flag setup, we should be hitting 46,355. That area is actually a perfect area for a retest. Now, if we take the upward trajectory and we do get over 47,000, we'll say 450, so about 100 points up. It's not much. If Bitcoin just squeezes out, I mean, it shouldn't be hard for Bitcoin to squeeze out 100 points with how we've ended the week. But sometimes when you get into high times of squeeze, there is indicators that with the options, with the whales, they're targeting around 45,800 as a short push down to liquidate the longs before I move up to 50K. So that is something I'm keeping my eye open for. I'll keep everybody updated as the day goes on. It's been my honor and privilege. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you're looking to trade crypto, anything we've talked about, look in the video description below. I've got PHEMEX, BITUNIX, and MEXC down there, the exchanges that I use for lower spot fees, whether it's to leverage or spot trade. If you're looking to show me support, you can simply look in the video description below and join Tom's Army. Consider buying the FUD Stops Here t-shirt to show your support, or send a YouTube super chat, as it all greatly helps fund this great program so that I can continue to put these updates out day after day after day. It's going to be a very volatile Saturday. Don't be tricked by a bullish bias, even though we're in a correction phase, but also don't be dishonest with yourself. If Bitcoin were to break 47,450 and start pushing up, understand that that means we could have a push out, but something tells me they're trying something different this morning, so don't get trapped in a trap that could be lining up. That's why I called XRP a trap yesterday, went up to 529 and then came all the way back down to 51.7 or 51.8. More than enough to liquidate longs that were trying to catch it at that level. I'm eternally grateful for each and every one of you. I can't thank you enough, and continue watching and supporting this channel. And I promise you, I'm going to continue to deliver each and every day, and I'm going to work harder than you've ever seen anybody work.